Hello everyone, my name is Neil from Caribbean Tools and Equipment Limited. Today we're going to make a second video on how to use multi-pins using the Jaltest version 9, and in this video we will demonstrate how to use the cigarette lighter or the battery connector in order to supply power to the Jaltest main unit. So today we're going to scan a Renault Keyrex truck. So we simply want to select the Renault, select the truck software, and then search for Renault in the listing. Then select Keyrex DXI, and then we want to scroll down and select the type of engine system. In this case, is a Euro 3. And remember, today we're going to use multi pins. Now, if we are faced with a situation where we have a diagnostic port like this square or rectangle diagnostic port rather, and we do not have the connector for that, we could use multi-pins. So we select multi-pins, and in this little note here you see where they say pin 8. This pin 8 refers to the pin 8 on the diagnostic port. So we need to find pin 8. So if we count here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, this hole here is hole 8 or pin 8. And what we're going to do, we're going to connect pin B of the multi-pin. And what is pin B? Pin B is this yellow jack here. This is pin B, and this pin B here will go into JTP5. This is JTP5, so this pin B will go into this pin JTP5, and this pin will go into pin 8, which is here. Similarly, pin 9 or hole 9 is the pin above pin 8, and pin 9 is connected to pin D of the multi-pin. What is pin D? Well, pin D is this green pin. So we find pin D. Pin D is this green pin, and pin D will go into another JTP5, and this JTP5 will go into hole 9 or pin 9 of the diagnostic port. So we just want to recap. Pin 8 here is this hole here, and it is connected to pin B of the multi-pin. Pin B is this this yellow here. Pin B is this yellow jack, and this yellow jack will go into JTP5. Alright, and JTP5 will go into pin 8 or hole 8. Pin 9, which is the pin above pin 8 or hole 9, will connect to D, and this D is this green jack, will go into another JTP5, and that JTP5 will go into hole 9 or pin 9. Now finally, in most instances or in a lot of cases, we may need to supply external power in order to turn on the Jaltest pass-through device. And you see this jack here. Well, there's a cigarette lighter jack in the Jaltest kit. That cigarette lighter jack will connect to your cigarette lighter port, and the other end will connect here to this female port. And with that, right, once the ignition is fully turned on, you should see a blue light turn on the Jaltest kit, indicating that the, the device, the pass-through device, is receiving power. Now another way to tell if your Jaltest device is receiving power, you go to system settings, you go to Jaltest link, alright, and you could go to communication, right, you go to, to your bus test or your communication, um, you go to Jaltest link, alright, and you go to communication bus test, alright, and you select, alright, whether you're connecting via USB or Bluetooth, and you do a connection test. And you should see, if you're connected to the truck, you should see on that voltage here 23 point something volts. So that's one way to know if you're getting uh, the proper power to or the appropriate power to your Jaltest link. So once you're connected to your uh, port on your diagnostic port on the truck, and you have supplied the power to the Jaltest link, you select connect. And once you have entered the system, you should see a screen like this. Alright, that means that you could conduct your normal diagnostics, clear error, system data and measurements and so on. So just to recap, just to recap, alright, once you select engine system, alright, and you're faced with a situation where you have a connector like this and you do not have this diagnostic connector in your kit, you may need to use multi-pins. And in order to use multi-pins, follow this little note here, right, where they see in different connectors it will have different instructions. Follow the note, and also always remember to, to, to connect your external power support supply, which could be a cigarette lighter or your battery cable, to your to this female port in order to supply external power to the Jaltest main battery device in order to turn on the device. So with that, this brings us to the end of the second video on how to use multi-pins. So until our next video, I'll see you again.